just making conversation because he's part of the Three Principles community, and I just asked him if he had any religious beliefs, and he said, I believe there's a greater power than us, but I don't believe in a separate entity. And I'd had this insight on that moment where he said that talking as a Catholic, which is where I come from, because that's my background, and we're taught that God is everywhere as a Catholic. So if God is everywhere, he can't be a separate entity. It's impossible for him to be a separate entity if he's everywhere. Staunch Catholic relative who, when I talked to the Three Principles about her, she tries to argue with me. So I shared that insight with her, and she's like, I'll have to think about that one. And she didn't actually argue back with me, so it was great. I felt like I'd won myself. I think I've got more compassion now than I did before. Yes, I think I mean, if somebody winds me up, I can sort of take a step back and let it wash over me more now. I mean, I'm not sort of saying I do that every single time, but I'm more inclined to let it go, whereas before I might have snapped back or, you know, started an argument or gone in the huff or had a mood or got depressed for a week or something, whereas now I can sort of let it go a bit more. So I think that's how. I'd brood on things. I think I'd brood on things, and then I'd work myself up in my head, and I'd tell myself all these different stories in my head until eventually I just snap. If somebody upsets me, rather than react, or rather than, you know, confront them at the time, I'll brood on it, ruminate, and that could eventually alter my behaviour, where I can become a bit aggressive and a bit moody and a bit, maybe take it out on the wrong person. And I don't tend to do that so much these days.